So this is Paul Shannon's Red Rockers 6120. We've started to, let me flip this thing around so you can see that I know what I'm talking about. Started to try to work on this a little bit, and right now the color's pretty close. If you look at this color and here where it's faded, the last thing I have to do is let this dry a little bit so it shrinks, come back, flat sand it, and then we're going to put a dirtier coat over the top to match this. But also needs a neck reset. So Paul wanted to see the process, but he didn't want to be here for it. Now actually, I think he probably did, but it's just too far away. The Forstner bit. And the idea is to take the plug out. That's what I'm going to do right now. I already put a mark in the center of the plug. This wasn't these originally this year didn't have plugs, so this isn't a typical screw, because I'm already into the metal, and this isn't as much of a plug as we're used to seeing. Always have your tools organized, kids. That way you're not always looking for tools like I'm doing right now. And I don't know about you, whenever I'm looking for a Phillips head, I can find 15 slot heads. If I'm looking for a slot head, nothing but Phillips heads. I'll edit this out later, trust me. What an idiot I am. Ah, here we go. A trusty Craftsman slot head. Jeez, it's one of the longest screws I've ever seen in a guitar. Anyways, I always keep a bucket handy. I always put all the stuff in there. Now, here's the deal. Why are we doing a reset? Well, we're doing a reset because these middle frets are down to wood, and the reason why they're down to wood is the neck's coming towards the camera, and the bridge is pretty far down. The extension bends with the body as the neck comes this way, so you got this part dished out so that the strings don't buzz. And these are those nice square Les Paul frets in the middle because they didn't dress them. But anyways, I suspect that once that screw comes out, or I was guessing, wrongly I guess, I thought it would be, I thought it'd pop right out. What am I doing? Well, what I'm doing is there's squeeze out under the extension here, and I'm just determining what kind of glue they did the reset in. Probably should have done this before. But, yeah, thankfully it's hide glue, which is great because that means all we need to do is get to about 154 degrees and the hide glue turns into liquid. So the next step is to always have your trusty... Do we have this on autofocus? Yes. These are just, actually these are ATD 688 snips. And all I've really done is flatten the top out on a grinder so that these can get under a fret and pull it up. And maybe I can even zoom in on the fret that we need to take out for that's good enough. The fret we need to do, obviously the dovetail's here. So this is the magic fret that needs to come out. Let me see if I can even see if I'm pointing at... No, really not. Let me move the camera this way. This fret's got to come out because the dovetail's right here. So we need to take this out, put two holes in, and I guess, what I'm guessing is there's already going to be two holes in here. And what I also know is these frets were glued in because there's glue residue all over the board. So I don't know who did this job. But I know they were up against it a little bit. And I'm wrong, I see nothing. There's no holes. But there's a significant amount of glue in here. So as we all know, the first off, these frets are shot. There's nothing left. Focal range, thank you. So the next thing we need to do is to drill two holes. And really the theory is one hole to let the steam in, one hole to let the steam out. That's theory. A lot of times it doesn't really work that way. But you got to get both sides of the dovetail to get hot so that you can then apply pressure on another bench and slide the neck out. I like to take the necks out and let them sit for a few days before gluing them back in because you want the wood to stabilize as far as moisture. And, so the next step will be that.